First of all, let me pay my thanks to American Sikh Caucus Committee because you organized such a wonderful event, and I can see the panelists who are talking about the human rights situation, particularly in India, how the Sikhs are living in India. Before I start, first of all, I would I'm Ramesh Singh Arora, and I am from Pakistan. So first of all, I would start from a preamble which is written in my constitution, and according to the Constitution of Pakistan, 1973, it says that where an adequate provision shall be made for the minorities freely to profess and practice their religious and develop their culture. And then Article 36 of the Constitution of Pakistan clearly says that article is particularly on the protection of minorities, which says that the state shall safeguard the legitimate and interest of the minorities, including their due representation in the federal and provincial services. So I am the member of Provincial Assembly, so I am representing the Sikh community, and this is first time in the history of Pakistan that after partition, 1947, someone from the Sikh faith is in the Punjab Assembly, and I joined. This is my second consecutive term, and I was part of the Punjab Provincial Assembly of Pakistan in 2013. So let me tell one thing about Pakistan, that at the time of partition, 99.9% Sikh population migrated from this Punjab to that Punjab, whatever the situation was, whatever the circumstances were, but they left Pakistan, and there were only few families who preferred to stay in Pakistan, and my family is one of them. And at that time, my family was living in, at that time, Lalpur, and now we call it Faisalabad. And my grandfather decided to stay here in this homeland, and I stand with that decision. I own that decision because that decision has given me lots of respect. Wherever I go in the world, I enjoy respect because I'm from Pakistan and I'm representing my country. So here in Pakistan, the Sikh population is around 25,000, which is comprised in whole of the country. Like you start from Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, then Punjab, then Sindh, then Balochistan. Likewise, we see that the other communities who are living in Pakistan, they're Sikh, they're Hindus, they're Christians, so that we are 2% of the total population. And I must admit it, and I must admire the state of Pakistan, because the state of Pakistan is always there to protect the rights of Pakistan. And the policy of the state of Pakistan is to protect the rights of the minority, and whatsoever is government coming, either it's Nawaz Sharif, either it's Imran Khan, either it's Benazir Bhutto or some other parties, they always tow the policy of the state, which is just to protect the rights of the minorities. And I feel honored, I feel proud to share that now you will see, particularly the Sikh community, they're serving in all aspects of the like they're serving in military, in the army, they're serving in health sector, they're serving in education sector. And now in most of the cases, people talk about that the girls living in Pakistan who belong to Sikh faith, they're not safe. So these all are the rumors. Let me tell you honestly, now you will see that the girls are serving in the health sector. You can see the doctors, you can see the professors, you can see the teachers, you can see the politicians. So there's a rumor, and in most of the cases, I receive telephone calls, emails, messages from the worldwide that either you are safe in Pakistan. So if I'm going to compare myself, the Sikh population living in India, and most of people, you have been traveling to Pakistan, Dr. Pripal Singh ji and some other colleagues, and Harpreet Singh Sindhu, you must have witnessed while you are in Pakistan, the Sikh community living in Pakistan, they enjoy lots of respect and they enjoy good repute in Pakistan because we are very much respected in Pakistan. So if I going to compare Sikh population living in Pakistan, you will, and if I'm going to compare it with India, you will see not only one Sikh, you cannot see only one Sikh who is cutting their hairs or trimming their beard, because here living the Sikh community in Pakistan, they consider it very bad, and they always, the Punjabis can there Roma di beadbi nahi karti, so we don't do that. But what is happening in India, There's a Sikh genocide. What happened in 1984? There was a Sikh killing in Amritsar, and then Sikh killing in New Delhi. Then most of this youth, because youth is our future, and youth is someone who will take forward our Sikh religion, you will see the most of the Sikh population living in India, they are addicted to drugs. Then what has happened? They have destroyed our culture. Particularly the Sikh youth, they are not associated with the culture and the Hinduata. RSS is playing a vital role just to destroy the culture, just to defame the Sikhism, and they are putting their own Sikhs, having their turban, beard, and they're claiming that they're Sikh. So that is something. And so far, so if you see, Akal Takht Sahib is not protected. Akal Takht Sahib has been spoiled by this RSS. And here in Pakistan, I'm proud to say we do have our own Sikh Marriage Act, which was passed in 2018 by the Punjab Assembly. And I feel proud when I introduced that bill as a private member bill in the Punjab Assembly. It was unanimously passed, and Pakistan became the first country across the world where we do have our own Sikh Marriage Act. And in this Sikh Marriage Act, we categorically says that Sikhism is a separate, it's an independent religion. It has nothing to do with any religion. Whereas, as Dr. Chima was mentioning, in India, if we are going to compare it with India, Indian Constitution, Article 25, Part B clearly says that Hinduism is comprised of Hindu Mat, Jain Mat, and Sikh Mat. It means Indian Constitution doesn't consider Sikhism as a separate religion, whereas in Pakistan, we are treated, we are separated, and we have our own identity. And the Constitution, the Sikh Marriage Act in Pakistan was passed in 2008. Then opening of Kartarpur corridor clearly is a message from the Pakistan that we do safeguard your worship places and we respect religion. So it was a gift from the state of Pakistan to the Sikh community, to the Sikh nation, because there was a long-lasting demand from the Sikh nation across the world that we want that Kartarpur corridor should be opened. And we opened that Kartarpur corridor in 1999. In 2019 at the event of 550th birthday anniversary of Shri Guru Nanak Dev Ji. What is the outcome? The Kartarpur corridor is opened from our side, but despite of our various requests from the Pakistan Sikh Gurdwara Prabandhak Committee, from the members of Parliament from Pakistan Sikh community, the Indian government is still not opening the Kartarpur corridor, and that corridor is closed, is not opened after March 2021. So we opened this Kartarpur corridor, again opened after the COVID in June 2020, but that India has not opened that Kartarpur corridor. So you can see and you can draw a comparison. So in most of the cases, there's a stigma on Pakistan that there is a forced conversion. I don't claim that the situation is 100% perfect, that there's no bad event, there's no bad incident, and no one can claim, like you people are living in West, you cannot claim in US that minorities living in US, they are safe. Minorities living in UK, they are safe. Minorities living in France, they are not safe. We see and we observe a number of cases happening with the minorities living in the West. But here in Pakistan, if any bad incident is happening, like what happened 3-4 days before, there's a huge cry in the media that was that there was stoning on a mandir in Bhong Sharif. I personally went over there along with the former president of Pakistan Sikh Gurdwara Prabandhak Committee. We met with the people, with the Hindu community living in Bhong Sharif. And one good thing I really witnessed, that the local community protected them. While there was a mob who attacked the mandir, but immediately the local community rushed and they protected the local Hindu community to have a bigger loss. But what the government has taken decision after that the Parliament of Pakistan, they condemned this act. The Supreme Court of Pakistan, they condemned this act. The religious people from the Muslim faith, they condemned this act. The member of Parliament, they condemned this act. And now the government of Pakistan has taken a step and they're going to restore that building. And this time they're going to make sure that in future, this incident is not going to happen. This is how the government has taken a decision. Why vis-a-vis, if we look into India, what happened in 1984? They have burned the buildings, they have burned the businesses of the Sikh people, they destroyed Akal Takht Sahib, and till today, we are just waiting for the justice. And we are still waiting for the justice, and justice is away. So this is something which is happening in Pakistan, and I feel I am a proud Pakistani. And today we are celebrating. Today's 11th August, and 11th August is a National Minority Day. So today we observe this National Minority Day, and on this specific day, we talk about the minorities, the role of the minorities, and there is a role of minorities while there was founded in 1947, and now the minorities playing their role just to make this Pakistan more and more strong. So I also condemn all those vested people who are having their vested interest, all those vested forces who always, like you can say, stigmatize the Pakistan, who always have bad intention for the Pakistan and always try to create a bad image of the Pakistan, but true image of the Pakistan, that the state of Pakistan is always there to protect the rights of the minorities. And this is how we are living in Pakistan. Thank you very much. And Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh.